I want to tell you guys about a book that I recently read. And the entire time that I was reading it, I was almost 100% sure that it was going to be a 5-star. And then in the last 30 to 40 pages, there was a spice scene. And the whole book did not have spice in it at all. It was a wonderful book. If you watch my upcoming summer reading vlog, you will see what book I'm talking about, and I do say this in there. But the I can't even talk. The spicing was written very mechanically and honestly destroyed the rest of the story for me. I could not get back into what the story was actually about simply because we added a spice. And I think that there is such this push for the most spiciest book, and every book has to have it in there, that it's kind of watering down the content and the purpose of the stories at some points that we're reading. Now, this book really was delving into grief and how it can affect a human being. And the two main characters both were going through grief, but they were both experiencing it in different times in their life. Like, they were at different points. Like, someone was at the beginning and someone was over the major hump of grief and living with it now. And so this story was so beautifully written, and it was so simply. I felt the characters were so realistic and so awesome. And then all of a sudden, this spicing, which, right, we have to tackle, like, how do you integrate back into that type of, like, relationship after the grief, right? But it appeared to me that we cared so much about the FMC. The MMC cared about her so much, and yet there was nothing special about it. In fact, it felt like an IKEA instruction manual if it actually had words. Put this here, lift leg here, do this here, and it took me out of the story. And I thought, I haven't had a 5-star in a while, so I thought that for sure this was going to be a 5-star. Once that happened, though, the rest of the story lost its strength. And I felt like when I read the previous book by the same author, almost the same thing happened. When we started to get to the last quarter of the book, it became too long, it didn't end well, and it wanted us to accept things that just really were, like, not really acceptable. So I just want to say that we have to stop pushing the spice culture all the time, because there are some books that are meant to make you feel something else. So I will say I did still give this book a 4.5 stars because it was the first time that I've cried in so long. I cried during multiple scenes in the book, and if you don't cry, you're heartless. But I